I'm LadyBEAST. I'm a spectacle performer, circus artist, and producer. When I was a little girl, I really wanted to be a professional athlete, and I also really wanted to be an artist, so circus allowed me to blend the two. I became LadyBEAST in order to inspire other young women and girls to conquer their own fears and to become stronger. I really enjoy the use of ordinary objects and making them extraordinary. I specialize in 7 of Houdini's top 10. I like to take my inspiration from him and create my own version of escape artistry that often ties along with a message to my audience that are watching it. Doing the water tank escape was definitely my first big spectacle, so there was fear attached to that, but I would say the biggest one was for sure hanging upside down by my ankles from the bottom of a hot air balloon basket. I have a mentor that trained me in escape artistry, and then a lot of research and understanding of the craft, the equipment that I'm working with, and understanding of the hot air balloon and how it functions, aerodynamics, and also the rigging and all that in my team. With my spectacle acts and escape artistry, I really like the audience to feel my struggle and see me conquer my fears in order for them to go on and conquer their own. I train as a circus artist, acrobat, and aerialist. Usually my training consists of some stretching and flexibility, some dance choreography, some aerial work. So the trapeze that I train on is a static trapeze. I do a lot of conditioning and body beats on it and get my body mobility and my aerial work dynamic and perfecting my craft. So bottle walking, from the history that I've found, would be a performance that maybe would be happening out in public, in a bar, in the Dust Bowl era of circus when there would be a lot of traveling circuses. And at that time period, there wasn't a lot of money, people were poor, and it was a skill that women were able to cultivate. So bottle walking has taken a lot of training and fine-tuning of the muscles that I need to access to really cultivate the skill, and also breath work. I have to be really in my body and focused. I can't allow adrenaline to take over. It is a stabilization and meditation for me. In addition to the technique with bottle walking, I'm trying to tell a story with my movement. So you're trying to peel away the layers of technicality and you're trying to add on top artistry so that my audiences can really enjoy the experience. I definitely put my body through a lot, but also I feel stronger every day, especially since I've been really consistent with going to PT regularly.
When you have someone who's using their body as a tool, it needs to be maintained. My name is Dr. Ryan Merrick. I'm a physical therapist. I've been practicing for about 9 years. And what we're doing today is called functional dry needling.
One lat is way more overdeveloped than the other. Do you see the size difference, my claw arm? It's because I hang off of my elbow all the time, the one elbow, And in my doubles act, I have another lady hanging off of this elbow with her elbow.
The needles we typically know, they're sharp and beveled. That's why they hurt and they're cutting through tissue. In functional dry needling, so it's the use of very, very thin needles, and they're not sharp at the tip. They're actually microscopically rounded. So I take the tube and the needle, press it onto the patient's skin, tap it all at the same time so I don't feel the needle going through the skin, and then we get it deep down into the muscle tissue. That's my target. So all this is just to get the needle into position, and the actual benefit of the technique comes from causing the muscle to twitch. So an actual physical twitch contraction.
Oh, okay, that's intense. Way more intense change. Oh yeah, there's the drop.
So there's two ways to do it. We can either move the needle in and out of the skin. It's called pistoning, like a piston in an engine. Or we can use an electrical stimulation machine, which is typically the method I use, is to mimic the signal that your brain would send, and that causes the muscle to twitch. So when we have the twitch contractions occur with dry needling, your brain then realizes that that twitching of the muscle is not pain, it's actually just that muscle twitching, and it hasn't been doing that.
Ah, that one's bad.
So then your brain learns that it can start to use that part of the muscle, as well as it stimulates healing by causing a little bit of micro trauma from the needle being placed in the muscle and causing it to twitch.
Okay, change. Oh yeah, much better. Since I started working with Ryan, there's been a giant difference. I mean, sometimes I'll come in like huddled over in pain from something I did during training or a show. Especially with shows, you're surged with so much adrenaline that it's hard to monitor what's happening in your body. So there's been a huge difference, and I am much stronger now than I was 2.5 years ago.
Just about.
Yeah. So with this production, Body Gras, I started this 7 years ago. It started very punk rock in a speakeasy in New Orleans, and we really didn't know what we were doing, and I didn't know what I was doing as a producer. And in the last 7 years, so much has grown and changed because I've worked really hard to cultivate that skill of creating a show, a circus show with a narrative, storyline, and all of the interpersonal character work with each artist to exhibit their best circus skill. Taking the audience into another world and journey really makes the show come to life. We named the show Body Gras, and it stands for Vaudeville Mardi Gras. And this is our resurgence of vaudeville and circus during Mardi Gras time. I think it's really important to participate in culture, not to just soak it up, and this is our way to give back to Mardi Gras. Broken Circus is a fantastic dinner party, Mardi Gras dinner party, that I am the host of, and I've invited all these aristocratic guests to attend this party, and the party starts out with very socially acceptable, normal skills, and it unwinds, and we turn social norms on its head with circus acts. Well, on opening night, we sold out on roses for people to throw at us, like an old show, and I felt happy and exhausted and relieved that everyone was safe, that we all had a good time, and our audience was stoked and it really enjoyed it, and we were able to take them to our world. Bottle walking is very dangerous. I take very calculated risks when I perform it, and I suggest nobody tries it at home.